Hey there guys, we're taking a look at Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor running on the AMD Ryzen 5 5500U. Now the game is currently running at 1080p with the lowest graphical settings. The performance levels that we're getting here are decent enough, though it's nothing amazing. Really, it's the 1% lows that kind of drag things down. The averages being in the 50 range is not too bad. You can definitely get away with that if it was a little bit more consistent. It's just the fact that dropping down to the mid-30s can be a little jarring here and there, but it's nothing that I would say is detrimental to the overall experience. You can definitely get away with still playing the game on here. It's just not going to be the smoothest experience. But if I had to choose between playing this and not being able to play the game at all, well, I would definitely go with this. And it really seems like the 16 gigabytes of RAM is nothing that was very necessary here, though it's still a welcome addition because of the fact that we are using 5 gigabytes. And again, 5 gigabytes to 16 gigabytes in total doesn't seem like too much, but if we were at 8 gigabytes, 5 gigabytes would be kind of a big amount of the memory being used up. So this is just giving us very nice headroom. That means that we have more than enough RAM for everything else in the system. It's really the most ideal scenario. But I also tried the game at a lower resolution. I dropped the internal resolution down to 720p to see what the performance would be like compared to 1080p. And that drop in the internal resolution really seems to net a pretty decent performance bump, because now the 1% lows are in the mid 50s, which means that we're pretty much getting a very smooth experience here on the display, since it's only 60 hertz anyway, and our average is already above that, which means overall it's just going to be a great experience. And really, I think that this is a worthwhile move, especially because it's just reducing the internal render resolution, so it doesn't look necessarily as bad as most other games where you just set the resolution and like things like the UI kind of just also get destroyed in terms of visual quality. The UI is still perfectly high resolution here because of the fact that the game is just reducing the resolution of the internal actual gameplay stuff. The UI doesn't really need to be dropped in resolution because of the fact that that's not going to net a performance gain at all. And so this is one of those games that is actually very ideal for playing at lower resolutions because of the fact that you are going to essentially be able to get a very good experience at 720p where you might not even really notice too much. I feel like for most people, once you really get into the gameplay, the resolution is not even going to be something you're going to be thinking about. So this is definitely a game that I recommend you pick up if you have a system with this chip. But anyways, I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.